Curse of the Jersey Devil, a Jason Voorhees story by Rashad M. Moore. Chapter 11. What? We're all doomed? Said Mr. Sully. Marcus Duke replied. Hold your horses, old man. If we were all doomed, I wouldn't be so prepared, so you could cut the pessimism talk right now. Mr. Sully continued anyways. Young man, I appreciate you showing up to save me and my family, but you just dropped a boatload of information on me. Like, how do you know all of that stuff? What do you think? What, that you're some hero in a live horror movie or something? Faith then interrupted. I feel you on that, Gramps, but he doesn't have the time to fill you in with all the specific details. Seriously, does it matter at this point of how he knows what he does about this Jason guy? You said it yourself, Jason Voorhees wants to rip your guts out. I definitely don't want that for you, Faith said. Marcus then spoke. I don't know about you, Faith, but I can sense Jason's power level. It's enormous. I knew he'd be strong, but I didn't expect him to be this powerful, Faith replied. No, Marcus, I can't say that I feel the same way. Maybe he's not as strong as what you're sensing. Marcus shook his head in disappointment. You are bugging. That is an easy thing for you to say, with you being a slayer and all. I mean, hunting and killing vampires is a big deal, Faith. Faith then said in an understanding tone. Well, I guess you're right, Marcus. I mean, I've been killing vamps since I was 15, so I guess I'm kind of used to it. Marcus continued to speak. Faith, just like how we went over things on the phone, you're going to need to use the Kandarian dagger when we scrap with Jason. I'm already powered up by the Necronomicon Ex Mortis, and I would presume that Jason Voorhees is powered up too. I can't say for sure, but whatever he's powered by, it's a monstrosity of a force. What about me? What am I supposed to do when he comes after me? As far as I know, he's primarily looking to kill me first, or at least the most, Mr. Sully said, and then Marcus spoke. I guess y'all have to stay with Faith until we get you to a better location. I actually want to take on Jason alone. I owe him an overdue ass whooping. 30 years to be exact. I am grateful that Jessica Kimball was able to kill Jason and destroy the Necronomicon curse in 93, and I am proud of Mickey for stopping Jason back in 96. Both ladies were assisted by Stephen Freeman. I respect that man for putting up a fight against Jason and for his courage to go back and fight him a second time a few years later. But now is my time to take a crack at the overgrown mama's boy. I have my family's obligation to help the Voorhees family out, but I personally still want to kick Jason's ass, Marcus said with enthusiasm. Faith spoke. Hell yeah, babe, I like the sound of that. Gearing up to kick some undead ass, that's my style. Better you than me, Mr. Sully suggested, with a sense of relief. Then Marcus thought back to a conversation he had with an acquaintance in regards to Jason, Ash Williams. That's right, buddy-o. Jason Voorhees is very unpredictable, but he has his flaws. Marcus then asked, what's his physical strength like? Well, how would you compare his strength and power to the average man? Ash waited a while, smirked, and then continued talking. I'll put it like this, Marcus. I can't give you a specific answer, but what I can tell you is that his strength is enormous. It's always there, regardless of how hurt he may be. Now, as for his power, that can sometimes depend on if it's a full moon or not, and if he's using the Necronomicon Ex Mortis. There's no telling the uncanny things he may be capable of doing. My advice to you, Marcus, is to make sure you eat all of your vitamins before fighting him. You can't afford to take this maniac for granted. Marcus then said with respect in his voice, Got it, Ash. So I need to be in tip-top shape to have a chance against this one. I wouldn't think that I'd be strong enough to go tit for tat with Jason Voorhees, but I'm confident in my speed. That son of a bitch isn't going to catch me slipping, at least that's the plan. Ash spoke one last time. Remember, kid, just like Freddy Krueger, Jason Voorhees has the ability to sense your fear. So if you aren't a psychopath, try to control your fear. because if you don't, he will manipulate you through it. If he succeeds in achieving that task, you may not have the conscious ability to be able to differentiate the real from the illusions. Trust me, Marcus, it's no joke. Me not knowing this at first cost me a friend. I don't want you to have to go through what I did or worse. Marcus replied. Yes, sir. I won't hold anything back. You just stay alive, Ash. I may need your help in the future. Faith yells, Incoming! All of a sudden, power walking directly towards them, Meta Jason comes within 10 yards of Marcus, Faith, and Mr. Sully, with his eyes locked on to Mr. Sully. Meta Jason stood in a wide stance as if he was going to try to block them from going past his direction. Then a single soft-spoken rage spirit spoke to Jason in his head. We recognize the energy signature of the Darker One. And there is the primary specimen that created your pain, Jason. Rip his genitals off from the inside. Pain and suffering, death and destruction. Kill them all. The curse of the Jersey Devil. Here's your battle cry. Marcus approached and said to Meta Jason, I'm sorry for what happened to you as a kid, but you have grown to become a menace to society. You deserve a merciless beatdown, and most of all, you need it. 30 fucking years in the making, and I finally get the chance to experience what it's like to go upside your fucking head. Now let's go. Chapter 12. Now let's go, said Marcus in a rage. He continued to speak to the two. Mr. Stoley, stay near Faith. This is my fight. Just keep an eye on me if I need backup. I'll let you two know, but ideally I plan on finishing Jason alone. Got it, and thanks, but I need you to make it after this because I have a family that needs rescuing, said Mr. Sully. Then Faith spoke. This is all you, babe. I get it. Me and Buffy used to do rock, paper, scissors to see who was going to get first dibs to fight. I guess this is your turn. Go get him, Tiger. Now, squaring off to each other, Marcus and Jason locked eyes from a short distance, stood in place. Marcus went first. Clenching his fist and tightening his muscles, Marcus started to squeeze his body as a whole. He was now powering up. His body's homeostasis started to change. His nitric oxide levels started to increase. His adrenaline and dopamine levels skyrocketed, and finally, his muscle mass increased and bulked up. Hoo-yah! He was now powered up. The Ancient Ones from the Necronomicon and the power of the Great Damballa had granted Marcus their energy. Jason responded and took his stance, powering up with both fists clenched. The aura of Meta Jason sprayed out the spirits of his past victims. Grunting with his body spasming, Meta Jason's torso now reabsorbed the spraying spirits back into his aura. All of a sudden, directly charging the masked killer, Marcus Duke, running at full sprint, leaped into the air and landed right in front of Jason, unleashing a flurry of strikes. Marcus Duke threw punches, kicks, elbows, knees, eye pokes, forearm strikes, groin strikes, a plethora of attacks. He was landing. Next, Marcus threw a massive right hook to the face of Meta Jason, then a massive left hook to the face of Meta Jason. It appeared that Jason wasn't swinging back, but why? Marcus wasn't sure why. There was no response yet by the masked killer, but he also didn't give a shit. All he knew was that he wasn't going to let up on Jason. This was the notorious killer of Crystal Lake. ... were the breathing sounds of Marcus hitting Jason with everything he had. Then Marcus grabbed Meta Jason by his long red hair and started to headbutt him repeatedly. Come here, fucker! Then Marcus let Jason go and he dropped to the ground. Jason's body lay still. Mr. Sully yelled with excitement. Yeah, Marcus, that's right! Beat that overgrown mama's boy! Faith replied to Mr. Sully. Calm yourself, guy. I don't think it's over. Marcus waited for a reaction, but nothing. Get on up, you bastard! I'm sure that wasn't enough to take you out! Suddenly, Marcus felt a stiff, penetrating pressure coming from his back. Ah! Marcus screamed. No longer did he see Meta Jason's body on the ground. The killer must have been using illusions to distract him. Now Jason was behind him. Just as Marcus turned around to face him, Jason had managed to grab him into a bear hug. He was planning on killing Marcus the same way that Johnny killed Ned Finkelstein. Squeezing with all of his might, Meta Jason locked Marcus Duke into place with the intentions to break every bone possible. Marcus started to scream in agony, trying to fight off the Crystal Lake killer. No! Marcus started to fight back, trying to get momentum. Then, with his arms trapped to the side, but his hands free, managed to grab a hold of one of the gadgets from his survival belt. He grabbed a hold of some white powder he had in a pouch. Marcus crushed the powdered pouch of white dust and chanted out loud, Damballa, give me the power! The dust spread, creating a mist. Jason let go of the lock he had on Marcus. Some of the white powder Jason swallowed. Then all of a sudden, Meta Jason saw his mother. My Jason, you've been such a busy boy, but you need to rest. Come to me, honey. Mama will take care of you. It was a hallucination caused by Damballa. Jason paused for a moment. Then he remembered when that Ginny Field and that Freddy Krueger had tricked him. Not this time, Jason thought. Jason then drew his machete and swung it full force at the hallucination of his mom. Mrs. Voorhees then proceeded to fade away, but not before she morphed into a giant white snake. The snake snapped at Meta Jason, trying to take a bite at him, but it missed. Then it struck again, this time biting the hand that held the machete, and started to wrap its body around the masked killer. The snake had to be about 30 feet long. Jason struggled to move, trying to wiggle and power his way out of the ancient reptile's grip. Mr. Sully yelled as if he was a commentator in a fight. You got him right where you need him, now finish him! Marcus, still hurt, but standing up, charged Jason and continued to strike him. Ha! Hi-ya! He kept hitting. Still wrapped in the giant snake's coil, Jason Voorhees started to make painful mumbling noises. This reminded him of the '93 incident, when the FBI were shooting him up with multiple rounds of bullets. Jason grew tired of this, and then burst out with a surge of enraged energy. No! In a powering up rage, as soon as Jason broke loose of the snake grip, the giant white snake disappeared. Jason was free. Now both Marcus and Jason stood squared off against one another. Swinging at the same time, Marcus and Jason both threw punches, with Jason landing first. Jason cracked Marcus on his jaw, causing his legs to buckle, leaving him on shaky legs. Marcus thought to himself, if I didn't have these powers, he probably would have taken my head off with that shot. Jason then threw a splitting elbow to Marcus's forehead, cutting him in the face, causing blood to pour down Marcus's face, resulting in blood covering his eyes and blurring his vision. But Marcus continued to fight. Marcus threw an eye poke at Jason's eye, causing him to temporarily back up, gaining a distance. Marcus threw and landed a spinning back kick flush on Jason's chin, and then threw a Superman punch with his fist, increasing to about half the size of his body, thanks to the powers of Damballa, causing Jason to temporarily stumble. Jason then all of a sudden pushed Marcus back, creating a small separation, and then clenched Marcus's head as if he was in a Muay Thai fight. A power knee from Jason dropped Marcus and sent him to the ground. Get up, babe! Faith yelled at Marcus. Then Mr. Sully shouted, The groin! Marcus, kick him in the groin! Marcus heard the message. He kicked Meta Jason there, temporarily stunning him. Faith shouted, Marcus, catch! She threw a blade at Marcus, in which he caught it. It was the Kandarian dagger. Jason tried to pull out his rusted machete and stick Marcus in the gut with it, but missed. Marcus countered and put himself in position. He took advantage. He saw it. It's what he needed. But before he got his chance to strike, when he got close, Jason quickly stomped the side of the knee of Marcus, fracturing it. Marcus was able to continue his swing, even after getting his knee stomped. He swung the dagger into the heart of Meta Jason. Spirit auras started to rambunctiously leave his body. Faith spoke to Mr. Sully. "I thought people said that only a Voorhees could kill a Voorhees," Mr. Sully replied. "I don't know if it's killing him, but it's sure as hell hurting him." Jason acted with a sense of urgency. He grabbed the Kandarian dagger out of his heart and threw it into the forest. He then grabbed Marcus by his head and placed both of his pointer fingers on each side of the face of Marcus, looking into his eyes. That made Marcus feel uneasy. Marcus went to strike Jason but was not able to. Then he fell into a trance. He was hypnotized. Meta Jason then rose his hands up, causing the heavy rain to stop. Before their eyes, Faith and Mr. Sully were witnessing Meta Jason heal in front of them. All of the damage made on Jason just for him to heal right back, and Marcus was still in a mesmerizing daze. With his powers, Jason flung Marcus back into a tree, causing further damage to him. Then he looked at Faith and Mr. Sully, snapped his fingers, and suddenly disappeared. He teleported. He was gone. Faith and Mr. Sully then ran towards Marcus's aid. Faith said frantically, babe, you're all right. We can fix you." Mr. Sully spoke. "Maybe the book can help him. I'll grab it." Mr. Sully grabbed the book and brought it to Marcus, placing the book on top of his whole body. "I guess we have to give it time," said Mr. Sully. Faith kept talking to Marcus. "You did great, better than I would have expected you to do." Marcus was still alive but incoherent. A dark cloud appeared behind Mr. Sully. Faith looked over to Mr. Sully to see the large body of Meta Jason behind him. Jason grabbed Mr. Sully and teleported away from Faith. They were nowhere to be found. Inside of the lake, Jason held Mr. Sully in his grip. In a rage, Meta Jason dropped into the water with Mr. Sully and dragged him down into the water. Jason stared at Mr. Sully while drowning him inside the lake. Jason thought to himself, "Yes, now it's your turn. Die!" Okay, Slashaholics, this has been chapters 11 and 12 of Curse of the Jersey Devil, a Jason Voorhees story by Rashad M. Moore. A couple action-packed chapters here. We definitely had an awesome fight between Meta Jason and Marcus there. Thought that went pretty damn cool. It was very action-packed, and I could just picture it with the rain pouring down, the thunder, the lightning. It was a really cool fight scene he set up there, as well as the flashback with Ash Williams. That was a pretty cool little bonus there. You know, we've not only do we have the Book of the Dead, we also got Damballa getting involved here. A lot of fan service, a lot of cool fighting, and you know, Creighton Duke's son out there. My phone's vibrating. Sorry, Creighton Duke's son out there, giving his all, trying to whoop Jason's ass. And Jason just kind of snaps his fingers, heals, and goes away and gets Mr. Sully anyways. So, still, great chapters. Looking forward to what comes next. A lot of fun action in those, and Chapter 13 is just around the corner. Let Rashad know what you thought of tonight's chapters. I'll be back very soon with more. If you want to support the channel, you can become a Patreon member, a channel member. You can do tips through PayPal, Cash App, or Super Thanks tips in the comments here on YouTube. You can buy one of my books, get a cameo video. So many different ways to support the channel. All the information has been on the screen, as well as in the pinned comment and the description below. Until next time, this has been your friendly neighborhood 80s slasher librarian saying thanks for listening, be excellent to each other, and I'll see you soon.